feels so nice out here right now. Yeah. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my sanctuary. Welcome back to literally my safe space. Like literally my safe space. I haven't been here in a minute. You feel me? Because apart from myself, this is my safe space, and I missed you guys, and I hope you miss me. Let me. I know you're probably thinking, where have you been? I know you're thinking that. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the tea. Right. Hold on. There's something in my side. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the tea. Boom. So we've definitely have been traveling. We definitely have been rebuilding. We definitely have been building on top of what was already done, what was already said, what was already learned. I definitely just wanted to take some time to kind of just like go a little bit inwards and ground myself before I put myself back out here again. I wasn't scared to or anything like that, but I've definitely just been taking some time to figure out what I really want to do in life, and yeah, just checking with me again, you know? Yeah. So for the more so if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a story not that long ago, just kind of saying that I will be back on YouTube, kind of like speaking on some things and some topics that I feel like will help us heal as a collective, period. Instead of individually, I feel like other people's experiences can definitely teach you something, or you can take like, any type of, little quote or even advice from, what I might say or what I have experienced or learned. I feel like majority of people do go through similar things. So yeah, I just kind of hope and pray that everybody does feel like you can gain something from this. And I have been struggling with figuring out what topics I do, like not what topics I want to go ahead and discuss, because I know what topics I want to go ahead and discuss, but I also feel like majority of the topics that I'm going to be speaking about are going to be very like trigger warning, like these are things that, are, as a human, as an adult, you're having to unlearn, to relearn, and just have to experience and, cry through it or work through it and kind of, take it up the chin and move forward and give yourself some grace. So the journey is definitely not easy, but I feel like if I'm able to go ahead and share what I've been doing or what I will be doing to better my life as a whole, then I'm gonna share that. I feel like if it's helping me, it'll help somebody else. So yeah, this is gonna be basically an ongoing series throughout my channel on all things healing. So yeah, let's get to it. First of all, how have you been doing? How have you been doing? I hope you've been doing well. Amazing, fabulous, fantastic. I wrote some things on my iPad. Look at my shoes, y'all. I'm gonna show you my little shoes. Cutesy, thank you. First things first. I know that some of y'all hate when I don't post. Girl, I hate it too when I don't post. Like, stop playing. Like, you're not the only one. As soon as I posted that story, everybody was like, yes. Can't wait to see you. I'll be there. So you better comment, like, share, subscribe, do the whole 9, put it on your story. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, don't play with me. Because if you're a monetary spirit, be prepared. Because I'm from the Bronx. Like, no, let me stop. Let me chill. I'm so glad that it's not hot outside, because, bro, I would have literally lost my shit if it was, like, super, super hot outside. And it's, like, the breeze is breezing, everything cooling, you feel me? I feel like it's been so fucking hot in Charlotte, like, ugh. Anyways, You really have to want to heal. That is going to be the title of this episode, is that you really just have to really want to heal. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my God, that is so crazy how you're able to do XYZ. I wish I could get to that point, or XYZ. And my first thought, my initial thought is always, it's because you really don't want to. Like, you don't want to put in the work. You don't want to have to go through the necessary steps that it takes to actually heal. This shit ain't easy. It's not all peaches and cream. Don't get me wrong, you definitely do find that on the other side of healing, you will find yourself kind of just being a lot more graceful with yourself and a lot more patient with yourself. But for the most part, there's things that, regardless of what you learned, what you heal, you're gonna have to do some digging. There's a lot of groundwork that has to be done that I don't think anybody's prepared to do. And I think that's what scares people when it comes to wanting to heal or starting their healing journey, or kind of really just wanting to do the work so they can figure out what the fuck, where things went wrong, how it went wrong. And just know you're gonna need some strength. That's step one, is strength. And I feel like since everybody does have free will, where there's a will, there's a way. If you have free will and you want to go ahead and start healing, be prepared, baby, for the journey. That's like trigger warning with a label on it. Let's start there, right? I try to tell everybody to trust yourself. Trust your vision. Trust that the reason why you're healing is way bigger and deeper than you think. Trust that the universe got you. Trust that your ancestors got you. Trust that you know what you need to do in order to get on the other side of things. I feel like a lot of people don't truly give themselves permission to heal, and they don't give themselves permission to kind of accept the fact, like, okay, I actually do know what the fuck I'm doing. I actually can fall on myself. I got myself. Like, I'm good. Like, I can trust my intuition. Like, trust it. All it takes is you really trusting your gut. Your gut will tell you everything. I tell y'all this all the time. This was key for me to really heal. That, I tell y'all that all the time, to trust yourself. And the reason why it's so important to trust yourself is because while you're healing, while you're trying to do the work that many don't, you are going to be looked upon as fucking crazy. Everybody's going to, especially if you have family members that don't trust themselves, and so they believe that nobody else can, they're going to be looking at you crazy. They're going to try to manipulate you into thinking that whatever you're doing is not worth doing. They're going to try to tell you, like, yeah, girl, like, you crazy. Like, oh my God, is that what you're doing? Oh my God, why are you doing that? Why are you going to therapy? Why are you going to the gym? Is something wrong? So be prepared. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe that no matter what people say, I'm still here for myself, and if you're the only one showing up at your corner, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna make it seem like it's all peaches and cream, because it's not. But do you rather it be just you, or or do you want bad company around? Like, what? Like, I used to always say this, especially when I started realizing that I was healing and what that could do for me. I remember I was telling myself, I'd rather be alone than I'd rather be alone than to be around bad company. And that is still the case. And that hasn't changed at all. And I think it really became a thing because I trusted myself fully to know that I can do this. Sometimes you are. If you haven't read my Substack on one specifically that I wrote that says pass the baton or I was passed the baton, you should definitely read that on Substack. It is on my link on Instagram. But I can also like link it down below. But sometimes you are being chosen by your ancestors, by God, by the universe to do the work that majority of your family members have not. So when the baton is passed to you, oh baby, it's time to go. This shit rough out here. This shit ghetto. Like I'm like, ah. So this is what I signed up for. Thank you. What I want to talk about is really just having patience with yourself. Please, 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 please have patience with yourself. There's gonna be days where, oh, who the hell you feeling like? Thank you. There's gonna be days where you're frustrated. There's gonna be days where you don't really know where to go from the point that you're at. And when you do find yourself kind of like not being able to find out like what's the next step, you just fall back. What do you do when you can't swim? You float, right? Just float. Just float, quite literally. And once you do that, the right ideas, the right thoughts, the right habits, the right people come your way. Trust me. Trust. So I'll definitely say that that is second. Just having a lot of grace and patience with yourself as you kind of go on this journey. Because since the journey is a little bit harder than most things that you do have to learn, it definitely does become something that you need to be gentle to yourself about. Sorry, there's like people walking all over, so I'm kind of like, ooh, you watching me? But what is there not to watch? You feel me? Thank you. But yeah, I feel like when things are a little bit confusing and you don't know what's next, just float. Just float. You know how some people be saying just float? Yeah, just float. TTT at the end. So that is that. While you're in this journey, it's very important for you to apply what you have learned. There's really no point in going through something if you're not applying it to your everyday life, or at least to the next situation that requires anything that you've learned from the previous experience. It is so 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 important to do so, because if you don't, then you're going to find yourself in a constant loop of making the same mistakes over and over again that are not great for you. That's how I feel like certain people end up in like stages where they're constantly repeating bad habits due to them kind of not focusing on the fact that you need to apply. Just apply. Like, like, let's say, for example, I feel like I'm going to start using examples. I'm really giving teacher right now, right? Boom. When you go through a situation and something pivotal happens, is either you lose a friend, you lose a family member, or whatever the case may be, there's always something to gain from that. There's always something that you learn from that. Like, whether it is, keeping certain things to yourself, or, noticing certain habits and kind of like clocking yourself. Like, that's why you have to be super, super, super aware of who you are and what you want and the things that you want to be saying around people, regardless, right? But let's say something happened and then you're in the next situation or the next experience and something similar happens and you don't catch it because it's just like, well, what am I going to do about it? Like, it's already done. Like, I'm already here. Like, no, like, apply what it is that you have learned already. That way you can, it's almost like ascension. It's like you can't go throughout this journey with creating the same constant loop, because you're always going to be stuck on the little hamster wheel. Once the hamster kind of gets off and it's just like trying to figure out a way to kind of jump off that bitch, it takes off. It's like, okay, what we doing over here? Let me go eat some food. Let me go eat a fucking I don't know what hamsters eat. Mouse? What do they eat? Cheese? Maybe that's rats. I don't know, bro. But you get the gist. Like, it's like you choose whether you want to be stuck in the constant loop of just repeating habits, repeating thoughts, repeating certain things that you just know that you don't align with anymore. Like, don't just sit there and get comfortable because that's all you know. Do not sit there and get comfortable and do the same thing over and over and over again because that's all you know. That's how people end up on low vibrational ass situations and low vibrational ass life, okay? Trust me. I've seen it, I've done it, and I know that you've seen people who have done it as well, and you've probably done it as well. So let's be real. That is one of the most important things that you have to do in this journey for sure. Let's talk about imposter syndrome a little bit, because that has been coming up a lot in people that I know. It has been coming up a lot on me as well. Imposter syndrome is the biggest disease I've ever experienced in my life. Me thinking that I'm not this godly being is the biggest lie my mind has ever told me, or that I have ever told myself. That people don't need to hear what I have to say, that my ideas are not important enough. Never that I'm not beautiful enough, because I see myself in the mirror all day, every day. I know that I'm a bad bitch, okay? Period, clock it. But I feel like when you're putting yourself out there to be perceived, to be portrayed, to me it's not scary anymore. It used to be scary just because it's like I'm being perceived and I'm being put out there to be perceived. That makes sense. But that imposter syndrome will have you thinking that the possible is impossible, that you can't make it as far as you think. And that is something that, first and foremost, it's probably going to come to you all at once. Once you do something and you learn from it and you are constantly doing the work to heal your life, imposter syndrome is going to be a thing. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm not wishing that on you. Ugh. I'm not wishing that on you. But it is a real thing. And it could definitely cause a lot of delays, I should say. If you are constantly telling yourself like, oh, I don't need to be seen, and this fear of just being seen is so much for you, and da 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 da. And I feel like imposter syndrome also will have you reverting back to victim mentality. So you have to be very careful with that. Very careful with that, for sure. You have to invest in yourself. If you are not investing in yourself, then you shouldn't be investing in anything else. Hold my hand. If you are not investing in yourself, there should not be anything else you are investing in at all. Stop investing in everything but yourself. Okay, honey? Okay, boo-boo. Please do me the favor. Do it for me. If you don't want to do it for yourself, if you don't want to do it for your family, do it for a bad bitch. Do it for a bad bitch. Please invest in your health. Invest in the gym. Invest in reading books. Invest in, doing something that makes you feel more physically active. Invest in something that is going to expand your mind or is going to expand your career. I feel like a lot of people forget that investing in yourself is something that is mandatory in this life. I feel like a lot of people also view investing in yourself as selfish or not the typical norm or usual what people usually do. But it's just like, if you're not investing in yourself, then what are you doing? Question mark. If you are constantly pouring into other people and you're not pouring into yourself, then you're never going to be able to Go through this healing journey with some type of peace of mind, because you're filling everybody else's cup and your cup is empty. You're making sure everybody's fed, but you're hungry. Making sure that your kids took a shower, but you haven't showered yet. You musty, you stink. Like, what is that about? I feel like that is something that I've definitely been taking care of when it comes to myself, and it has made my life so much easier. And I remember having this conversation with somebody who was so important to me, so important to my life. And she was just saying how she's like, oh my God, like we were having this whole argument. And shout out her, she know who she is. But that's my Buki. But she was basically just saying, there's sometimes I kind of just wish that, you weren't thinking like that. Da, da, da. I feel like at times people don't know what it's like to invest in yourself and pour into yourself because they haven't done it themselves. And it's hard to understand. A lot of people are not going to understand it. But that's okay, because what? Because you trust yourself. You trust your vision. You trust the future. Sometimes your future self is literally holding you by the hand and pulling you into this journey. It's like, come on, baby, I got you. Like, I got you. We got some shit over here. Like, come on, like, get to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you really have to listen to those little nudges that you get, those little thoughts where it's just like, I need to do this, or I need to start going to the gym, or I need to start reading a book. I need to start healing my relationship with my sisters, my mom, healing my relationship with my brothers, healing my relationship with food. But yeah, that is basically all that I wanted to say. I hope that this brought you some type of clarity when it comes to your journey, if you have even started your healing journey. And if not, then we're here together, baby. It takes time. It takes time. The next episode, we're going to be talking about patience. We're going to be like, it's not going to be like the whole video is going to be on patience, but patience is really important, because this healing journey is all about having patience. If you can't be patient, then you're gonna have a tough time trying to understand this journey, because baby, nonetheless, I hope that you are taking care of yourself the way that your heart intends you or wants you to take care of yourself. I hope that you're taking care of yourself the way that your ancestors will want you to take care of yourself, the way that God will want you to take care of yourself, the way that the universe will want you to take care of yourself, the queens, the goddess, I hope, and the kings. Hello? Because I know there's some guys out there. Hi. But I hope that you're really taking the time to just ground yourself. Just stay calm. I know that you're trying hard. We're all trying hard. And the people that are not, it's okay. You don't align with those people. You align with the people that are trying hard. If you're here, if you're watching this video right now, it's because you are trying. Simple. And it's way better to try than to not have tried and be in that constant loop. Quote unquote, the matrix. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I miss recording so much. I missed you guys so much. And I felt like you guys were pulling me in to make these videos. And just know I felt it. Just know I felt it. I felt it on Instagram. I felt it everywhere. Like, I just felt it. So I'm just glad that we're able to kind of be here together and heal together. Cheers to, with no drink, no water. I'm thirsty. Cheers to this life. Cheers to this journey, bro. Like, still be grateful at the end of the day. That's all I have to say. But I will see you next time. And I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of light and a lot of mental clarity. Besitos. I can't kiss you guys right now. I'm joking. Come here. Bye.